Good morning everyone. Welcome to your English class. Dear students, today we are going to do exercise work of lesson number 7, verbs expressing the past. As I have already explained you that what are the different types of tenses which come under the topic past, still we are going to recall it. The first tense that comes under past tense is simple past tense. It is also known as past indefinite tense. Second tense is past continuous tense. Third tense is past perfect tense. And fourth tense is past perfect continuous tense. Dear students, now we will do the explanation of exercises. As we all know that simple past tense consists of second form of verb, or we can say past participle form of verb. And when we make the negative tense out of that simple past tense, we always use did not and the base form of the verb. And if we are making the question with the same sentence, then what we will do? We will write did in the beginning of the sentence, then we will use the subject, then base form of the verb, or this sentence can also be done in the second way, that is question word plus did plus subject plus base form of the verb. Now following this rule, we will do exercise A. Tick the correct verbs to complete these sentences. First sentence. Although I knew or was knowing Priya, I didn't know, wasn't knowing her friends. Here we are talking about Priya, that I already knew her. So what we will do? We will tick right this second form of the verb knew, and here the sentence is becoming negative. That's why we will use this didn't know form to complete this sentence. Sentence number 2. Alisha didn't believe, wasn't believe it when Zoya told or was telling her that she met PV Sindhu, the badminton champion. Here we will tick right didn't believe and told. Sentence number 3. I didn't like or wasn't liking doing the chorus that my sister asked me to do. Here didn't like is the correct option, so we will tick right this option. Sentence number 4. Mother hung or was hanging the clothes to dry when the doorbell rang. Here the other activity was continue when the bell rang, so we will mark was hanging as the correct option. The children were having or had a good time, so they wasn't wanting or didn't want to go home. Here were having and didn't want to is the correct option. Price wasn't feeling or didn't feel well after having eaten the burger. Wasn't feeling is the correct option. The boys were playing or played excitedly in the garden and wasn't wanting or didn't want to come inside when it began to rain. Here correct option is were playing and didn't want to come. Sentence number 8. Can you tell me when you was hearing or heard the loud noise? Here the correct answer is when you heard. We will take this option, heard, as correct answer. Now we will do exercise B. Complete these sentences with the correct forms of the verbs in the bracket. Sentence number 1. I contacted Manisha yesterday, but she was not home. Surojoy went to a very interesting inter-school quiz last week. Sentence number 3. I met an old friend of mine while I was traveling to Srinagar 2 weeks ago. Sentence number 4. Koel was singing when the music director called her. Sentence number 5. Did you know where Kunal lives? He said he came back home today. Sentence number 6. Mother was talking to Priya on the sofa when the telephone rang. Sentence number 7. Rajshri was not tired, so she read an interesting novel. Mrs. Rai taught us geography in school when I was a student. Now we will do exercise C. Complete this passage with the simple past tense and past continuous tense form of the verbs in the box. I met an old friend of mine. Dear students, I am continuously reading it out because this is a paragraph. It's not possible to explain one sentence. That's why I'm reading it out for you. I met an old friend of mine while we were traveling to Sikkim on a holiday. Here the process was continued. That's why we have used were traveling in this blank. She noticed me while I was standing in the queue to get into the compartment. Here this process of standing was continued when that lady, she noticed the person who is speaking in this paragraph. That's why we have used the second form of notice and the continuous form of standing. She came up to me when I moved in. While we chatted, we realized that we were staying at the same hotel. At the hotel, she introduced me to her parents. She said that they were moving to Canada soon. She invited me to visit her. I am very excited about it. Now we will do exercise D. Write the verbs bold in the past perfect tense to complete these sentences. Dear students, it's been told here that these bold verbs should be converted into past perfect tense to complete this sentence. Now let's begin with this exercise. Sentence number 1. Akhil baked a cake after he cooked lunch. What we will do? We will rewrite these sentences. Akhil baked a cake after he had cooked lunch. Sumitra, be sick yesterday. Here we have to change be in its past perfect tense. Sumitra had been sick yesterday. He was tired since he not sleep well for weeks. He was tired since he had not slept well for weeks. Here also, as you can see, that I have changed sleep into had not slept, third form of the verb. Sentence number 4. I couldn't remember the lines of the poem we read the week before. I couldn't remember the lines of the poem we had read the week before. Sentence number 5. She used the medicine for weeks, but it didn't help her. She had used the medicine for weeks, but it didn't help her. Sentence number 6. Though they not request us, we went over to help them. Though they had not requested us, we went over to help them. Here also, as you can see that we have changed these bold verbs into their past perfect tense. Had not requested. Sentence number 7. I see him a few times before I spoke to him. I had seen him a few times before I spoke to him. Dear students, I forgot to write I over here while writing down your sentences in your notebooks. You please write down I over here. Before I spoke to him. Sentence number 8. I asked for a bigger size, but this is what the shop assistant gave me. I had asked a bigger size, but this is what the shop assistant gave me. Dear students, that's all for today. I hope this video will help you out in completing your work. That's all for today. Thank you and have a good day.